Hey guys, this is just another ramble. I want to talk about corruption. This is something I was kind of naive for a while, and it's a hard grasp. The part is, in every side you look, there's corruption. There's corruption in the churches. There's corruption in personal lives. There's corruption in the government. There's corruption everywhere, and a lot of systems work would work fantastically if there wasn't corruption. But the reality, everything corrupts. And the main problem is our heart deep inside, out of the cause of all the failures we have. And this is where we have to grasp that there's corruption and there's going to be these things, and create systems to negate it and slow it down and put it in balances. And it's just crazy because I was talking to one person and she was like, "How it's not fair that there's billionaires. They have way too much that they don't need, right?" And I remember answering like, "The reality is, you want actually more billionaires. The more, the better, because they guess what? They spend money, and them spending money creates jobs. But if you have, let's say, you're gonna have a socialistic system, right? You're gonna have to have a guy up top that's gonna distribute the means, right? And knowing how it is that most humans are corrupt, the guy up top will most likely be corrupt if he doesn't have checks and balances, because he has the ultimate power in a way, not like God power, but you know what I mean. Since he can control your finances, that means he can control your time. That means he can control a bunch of stuff. And him being corrupt, as is assumed, because everybody's corrupt, makes the whole system just a mess. This is why we need in our lives systems that would assume that there's corruptions and would put balancing checks and balances regarding it. Another thing I was just thinking about in terms of church attendance, I hear so much churches, and it's true, but like I kind of don't like this statement. And maybe I don't like it so much because I used to say it all the time, and then I realized how off it can be. I used to put, really, because we come from a Slavic church and we're in America, right? So why are we speaking Russian or Ukrainian in America? Why aren't we trying to strive to speak English? Just like Apostle Paul said, I became like them just to reach them, right? And I'm not saying I was wrong. I'm not saying that the Slavic church didn't make a mistake and so forth, or isn't making a mistake. But for growth, yeah, you need to share the gospel. You need to open your mouth and talk and all those things. But I, I think more people are looking for us to live the Bible than for us to say that we do. It's there's a lot of people that you talk to that have, and most people you talk to, there was a time in their lives that they attended church, right? And there was always somebody that came and just hurt them or just did something that would push them off. So this is where I'm like, the reality is, um, us living out the Bible will bring the attendance to the church more than anything else. And another thing is, like, just take a simple classic example. If you could just maintain your kids in church, all churches will be growing. But the reality is, we don't live the Bible oftentimes, and we lose our kids. And the people that even, there's evangelists that bring people to church, they do a great job, but then we can come out and hurt them, and the attendance just keep going down. So it's like, I just kind of want to point out that there should be a great emphasis on maintaining the people you have in the church. And as stated earlier, corruption is also in the church. People are not perfect. People make mistakes and so forth. Personal life ramble. I'm actually about to go to work. I just turned on my car. And this is a Saturday. I'm going to be posting this probably on Sunday. But I like to make a Saturday feel a little different, even though you work and so forth. So I got up, I worked out. Instead of in the afternoon, I worked out this morning. And my back was so stiff. So I was like, let's bring deads, and not hybrid deads. Let's do conventional. And I feel my back feels so much better after I try to put more muscle around the spine and support the spine. And I feel better. Another thing I just recently tried, it was for a while, like was last week that I mentioned, I was just trying to drink more water and eat more protein. What I realized is that, and I have, what is it, a week and a half old baby. Sleep is off, schedules are off, everything's off. I I think I'm going to make this like a habit. Just every morning, have a protein shake, take some fish oil, and have some vitamins. Why? It's easy and it's a good baseline. Like, for example, today I got like roughly 80 grams of protein. Guess what? I have no guarantees that I will have good meals going forward. I just don't. And this could give a baseline and a good start. It's easy. You could make a discipline out of it. You could do it every morning. Some people do it in the evenings, after they've seen what they've done through the day. Whatever works. But I just found this actually kind of helpful. And the other thing is, it's weird. Most people say that protein shakes don't quench the cravings. But for me, actually, it does a great job. It like a lot of times, I mean, I get up roughly around 5. It'll be noon after a shake, and oftentimes I'm not hungry still. So it definitely, I mean, noon is kind of pushing it. Let's say, for example, it'll be 6+ hours. I won't be hungry whatsoever. So protein shakes do genuinely help. Another thing is, it's not all that you don't get hungry. It's you don't have those crazy urges. It just, I don't know why. Maybe my body just comprehends that I uh I got essential nutrients in or something. I don't have those bingings when I plugged in the shake. Um, and another reason why I plugged in the shake is because when I looked at like when I'm losing weight, I'm realizing that I just cut all the food, and at the same time I cut so much protein. And then I keep training, and I just burn through muscle, and I've done some nice metabolic damage. Like, my body holds less heat than my little daughter. Like, it's just crazy. So I need time to just recover and just chillax without dieting. But that's my personal life. I'm going to work, trying to supply for the family and so forth. Gorgeous day. You know, you gotta make the best of things, you know. Nothing's ever perfect. You gotta go to work, you gotta do these things. And when you start making the best of things, like I was just thinking about it, the reality is me going to work actually kind of refines me. It makes me better. And to some degree, like, you could say, why? How does it make it better? Because gives me more discipline in my life. It gives finances and so forth. Um, it, it's a good time spent. There's so much things that are worse than just going to work. Um, and in terms of even, mental health is good because you're not a slouch, you're not a bump. You know what I mean? Like, you see value in things, you value hard work and so forth. So, um, it's great. It's an awesome day to be alive, and I hope you guys are doing well.